Hey guys, welcome back to another gangster video. And today I'm gonna let you guys watch the Ohio State game. And I hope you guys enjoy.
On 3rd and 20, Buckeyes rush just 3, and the screen is rejected. That was Smith again. Absolutely nothing working for the Spartans at the moment. No,
sorry I started this video late. It's just I was playing on my phone, so yeah.
You've seen what he can do. I love that he senses this and gets up to knock that down. Tell you what, if that got over top of 11, Steel Chambers, 22, you'll see him come in right there. He's able to get behind those offensive linemen. That play never had a chance.
Smith-Njigba, it's a very low kick. Fields it has a chance here. Tackled at the 43-yard line, so Buckeyes will get good field position. Right back to Chris Felica for the Affleck trivia question answer. You said Auburn?
I just threw out Auburn, yeah. They've had some big wins on the road.
Auburn's a good guess, but the answer to today's Affleck trivia question is Notre Dame. Notre Dame's got 13.
Huh.
None since 2005, though.
Plenty of opportunities.
Yes.
Not since 05. Wow. With this poor Michigan State defense, 35-0, and it's just, you're wondering in their heads if they're like, do we got to go back out there? I mean, it's been a rough start. And Stroud, how many has he hit in a row at this point? After that catch by Olave, keeps the streak going?
17's got the record by himself. We haven't really seen Travion Henderson yet until now. A lot of space before contact, and finally knocked down at the 40.
What a good block here by Matthew Jones. Gets away, almost a potential hold, but gets him down before he ends up locking in to Hansen. Open that up on the right side there. Probably the most underrated aspect of the Ohio State offense is their offensive line. And they would tell you it's the most athletic and biggest that they've had since Ryan Day's taken over as the offensive coordinator and now head coach.
Stroud looking downfield on first down, lofts it, and just the second incompletion. Both Olave and Wilson were in the same area. Looked like a mix-up.
That's completely unacceptable. We're going to have to get to the bottom of that. I don't know what the heck's going on out there.
Ball has hit the ground, Kirk. And that's a murmur from the crowd here. That route didn't look right.
No. There was something off. You can see even Olave kind of smiling. Somebody on the wrong route.
All three top receivers lined up on the left side. Henderson running left and falls forward for a short game. When we talked about the receivers coming in, Smith-Njigba was already over 1,000 yards. Wilson is going over 900 yards. Olave over 800 yards for the season. What they've done today so far.
Yeah, and again, all three are going to end up over 1,000 yards on the year, which, you know, in the air raid and run and shoot offenses, we've seen the Texas Techs and Hawaii's over the years. But when you throw in again the running game to be able to balance out that offense, the receivers, that makes it very dangerous.
By the way, Jeremy Ruckert is a really good receiving tight end. Henderson's a really good receiver out of the backfield. We haven't even talked about it today.
Right.
They hasn't even needed those guys. Smith-Njigba was lined up in the backfield on that play.
Crowd's giving Lee Corso the "Hey Lee Corso OH."
Think he knows how to reply? Is LC leaving the building here?
He said he's seen enough. He's seen enough.
Pick was right. I'm out of here.
Pick's right. I'm done.
Logan Kevin in studio. Wake Forest would clinch the ACC Atlantic with a win at Clemson. Boog, Will Shipley, the jump pass.
Yeah, motion the quarterback out, sell a little run, and throw it over the top.
Right now, 17-3 Tigers on ESPN. Back to Chris and Kurt.
That holds. Wake would have to win at Boston College next week to win the division. Buckeyes right back at it here. Smith-Njigba makes the cut and touchdown inside the 30. Holly?
Well, guys, something just happened on the field that is very impressive to me. Ohio State's up 35-0, but remember that route mix-up with Olave and Wilson? C.J. Stroud, the young redshirt freshman quarterback, came over to Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave and got that straightened out. Garrett Wilson was like, that was my fault, my mental mistake, but I love that he's paying attention to the details like that.
Love that, Holly. It speaks volumes about the maturity of the young quarterback. You don't see that. You know, just wants to make, as good as everything has gone, that play easily could have just forgotten about. But clean it up.
Square action slant. Olave again. Tackled at the 11-yard line. That was just his second incompletion of the afternoon. CJ getting that straight out.
And he moves Henderson up to his left to set up a little play action. Linebackers froze off the play action look, gave him that nice throwing lane, throws it right by Noah Harvey, the linebacker.
Over 300 yards passing in the first half. Really a quarter and a half. Looking for more. End zone. Easy pitch and catch. It's scary.
Woo woo! Go Bucks!
Columbus this afternoon.
Just see that Ohio State
What do we have
symbol
for
over there.
halftime meal? Can we get some of the food that Giuseppe's brought over to? Well, they had a similar start against Purdue. Remember when they were struggling kind of against Penn State and Nebraska? They had an intense week of practice before last week's game came out and scored 6 touchdowns and 6 possessions. They have duplicated that here in Michigan State.
You think this team's trying to peak at the right time of the year? Let's go back and look at this touchdown. You see the slot receiver, he's on the inside, and watch the coverage. Watch how they leave the middle of that field open. You can see that. Look at that. Look at the hard outside move. Right there. Just it gives a little bit. Safety has to respect it. And there's the timing. Beautiful route. Sticks it. Moves the safety. That's a mismatch. Angelo Gross he's a safety out there one-on-one against Garrett Wilson. It's not going to work out.
It takes a Sunday-level corner to stick with him, much less a struggling safety. So C.J. Stroud came out poised, accurate from the start. They took the short yardage passes early when Michigan State was kind of giving that to him. Then didn't take long to strike downfield and show the big playability. 3:30 and a quarter and a half.
Stroud has the physical abilities, but when you sit down and talk with him, you walk away. You have to remind yourself that this guy is a first-year starter, and he's just a young player. You know, he's a freshman. He has such maturity, such a cerebral approach. Ryan Day said he's been blown away by the intangibles of the position and the prep that he puts into his job.
Reed on the kick return. Really interesting comparison. You get 2 California guys, Bryce Young at Alabama and C.J. Stroud. Incredible poise, maturity, calm. They have a lot in common.
They do. Their approach to the game is very similar.
Well, tonight on ABC, Pac-12 matchup. Ducks and Utes. In that charged up environment, Salt Lake City temperatures in the low 40s. You get the mighty Utah students.
I don't know, guys. If I do come back and I try to watch this, maybe I will try to record some of the Oregon game for you guys, but I don't know yet.
Of course,
Great game.
We'll
launched
see.
it by coming in here and winning in week 2 against the Buckeyes. Thorne complete. Far side, and Reed for about 7.
We were talking yesterday with some of the Ohio State players. We sat down with Skil Chambers.
Dude,
and we said,
I don't
you
get
know,
it. It's
35-7
42-0. We're
last
winning
week.
by a
And
lot.
You know, they have a couple scores, and he's like, yeah, man, we're still trying to realize we got to keep our foot on the accelerator. You know, the intensity I'm feeling from up here, I don't feel like they're like letting up. They just feel like, if anything, it's like 0-0 in their minds, the way they look like they're still playing with the energy. Look at this. Look at them.
Flying into the backfield to knock Walker down for losses. Lathan Ransom.
Woo! Let's go
Jared
Bucks!
Baptiste got there too.
He's right here. He ends up blitzing. Nobody's able to pick him up. They just overload that side.
I think the point is spot on. The offense never let up against Purdue, but the defense kind of we relax a bit.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's still some intensity coming from this defense.
Crowd, some of them are gone, but those that are here are making noise. They're enjoying. This is a party in Columbus this afternoon. Mel Tucker coming in here. Lots of reports about a 10-year, $95 million contract extension for the Michigan State coach. He didn't want to talk about that. But in this game, he thought his team would come out and, although they couldn't match the Buckeyes in talent, would be tough and intense and avoid the mistakes. boy, it's gotten sideways in a real hurry. Now you just go in and you just appeal to your team's pride at this point.
Yeah, and to me, this isn't really about what's wrong with Mel Tucker, Michigan State. It's really more about what's been right with Ohio State. They came into this game with a purpose, and it's not just Michigan State. It's where Ohio State prides themselves in the middle of November, getting ready for Michigan, getting ready for potentially a Big Ten championship and beyond. So today, whether they're playing Michigan State or anybody, this is the intensity that they bring to the table when they play late in the year. Ryan Day brought that up to us yesterday.
Thorne, screen, dropped, Reed in heavy traffic. And if you're watching this as a Michigan fan,
let's go Bucks!
Or Ohio State will win the division today. But even though you're hosting Ohio State and you're feeling good about your team throughout the season, if you're a Wolverines fan, this is a pretty scary message the Buckeyes are sending with next week's game in mind. Drew drives a nice punt. He's done a pretty good job, and Smith-Njigba driven all the way back to the 12-yard line. Tries to go around the corner. That didn't work. Cuts it back, weaves his way, and is dropping a shoestring tackle at the 15-yard line. C.J. Stroud back to work. Up on 6 touchdowns.